ID is SG-17. The place is far from the city, just a rusted gate. Restricted access. A man gives me a uniform, no name, just a number. Inside, it's cold. Lights flicker. Rows of giant crates, all marked, "Do not open." He hands me rules. Don't open anything, don't respond to sounds. Stay in your corridor after midnight. I look up to ask something. He's gone. No footsteps, nothing. Only silence. And a faint machine-like sound from somewhere deep inside. 11:59 p.m. My shift starts in 1 minute, and already, this place feels wrong. Midnight. The lights flickered once, then stopped. For a moment, everything became completely still. Too still. I turned on my flashlight. Its beam moved across the crates, metal, dust, warning labels, nothing else. Then I heard it, a soft sound. From the end of my corridor, tap, 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 like someone gently knocking from inside one of the boxes. I froze. Then I remembered the rule. Do not respond to sounds. So I stood there, holding my breath, pretending I heard nothing. The tapping stopped, just like that, as if it was never there. I slowly checked my watch. 12:07 a.m., 7 minutes into the shift, and it already felt longer than hours. I forced myself to move. Slow steps, flashlight steady. As I walked past the crates, I noticed something strange. One of them was slightly out of line. All the boxes were perfectly aligned, except that one. It looked like it had been pushed forward, just a few inches. I stopped, stared at it. The label was the same, "Do not open." I looked around. No one, no sound. Then I remembered another rule. Report anything unusual, do not approach. I stepped back, didn't touch it, didn't go closer. But as I turned away, I felt it. That strange feeling, like something behind me was no longer still. I didn't look back. I kept walking, slow, steady, not turning back. My grip tightened on the flashlight. The beam shook just a little. I reached the end of the corridor. A metal door. Closed, at least it was supposed to be. There was a gap, small, just enough to notice. I stopped, heart beating faster now. I was sure this door had been fully shut before. The rule came back to me. If a door is open, report it. Do not approach. So I didn't touch it, didn't push it, didn't even breathe near it. I stepped back, keeping my eyes on that thin, dark gap. From inside, no sound, nothing moving, just darkness. I reached for my radio. Static, only static. For a second, I thought I saw something shift in the gap. Or maybe it was just the light flickering again. I didn't wait to confirm. I turned around and walked back. Faster this time. I kept walking back. Faster now. The corridor felt longer than before. The lights flickered again. This time slower, like they were struggling. I reached my spot. The crate, the one out of line, was still there. But now, it looked a little closer. Maybe I was imagining it. I didn't check. I checked my watch. 12:26 a.m. time felt wrong here, too slow. The machine sound in the distance got louder for a few seconds, then normal again. I stood still, listening, counting my breaths. No more tapping, just that machine, running somewhere I couldn't see. I tried the radio again. "Control, this is SG-17. Static, nothing else," I repeated. Same result. It felt like no one was on the other side for the first time. I realized something. I might be completely alone here. Footsteps. I heard them clearly behind me, slow, heavy. I turned, flashlight ready. Nothing. Empty corridor, perfectly still crates. I didn't move. I went back to my position, didn't look around too much, didn't think too much, just followed the rules, but something felt off, not outside, inside my head, like I was waiting for something to happen. The lights went dim. Not off, just weaker. Shadows got longer, darker. For a moment, the crates didn't look like crates anymore. I blinked, everything normal again. I didn't trust my eyes now. I checked the rules again, same 4 lines. Nothing new, but this time they felt heavier, especially one, "Do not respond to sounds." I didn't know why, but it felt like the most important one, and the most difficult. I stayed in my spot, didn't move much, didn't think much, but that feeling, someone watching me, didn't go away. I checked behind me again. Nothing. Still nothing. My flashlight flickered once. Then again. I hit it lightly. The beam came back. For a second, I thought I saw movement between the crates. I didn't point the light there again. The machine sound stopped, completely. Silence returned. Heavier than before. I didn't like that. At least the noise felt normal. This silence didn't. I checked my watch. 1:12 a.m., still hours to go, time barely moving. I started counting seconds just to stay focused. 1, 2, 3. Anything to not think.
A cold draft passed by. Sudden. Sharp. I turned instantly. No open vents. No doors. Everything closed. Everything still. I looked at the crates again, carefully this time. All aligned. Perfectly. Even that one, the one that was out of place, was back where it should be. I didn't remember it moving. I tightened my grip on the rules paper, read them again, slowly. Same words, same order. But now, they didn't feel like instructions. They felt like warnings. I stopped checking behind me. It wasn't helping. Every time I looked, I felt more unsure. So I just faced forward and stayed still. The lights stabilized for the first time. No flicker, no sound. It should have felt better, but it didn't. It felt controlled. A red indicator light turned on, far down the corridor. I hadn't seen it before. It stayed solid, no blinking, just watching. I raised my radio again. Control, respond. Static, as always. Then silence. Even the static stopped. I looked at the floor. Dust everywhere. Except a clean path. Fresh. Like something had moved recently, right through my corridor. I didn't follow the path, didn't even step near it, just stayed where I was. Rules first, always, even if I didn't understand them. I checked the time again. 1:47 a.m. Still inside the restricted hours. No leaving, no exploring. Just waiting. And the waiting was the hardest part. I stayed in position, didn't move, didn't think. The red light was still on, unblinking. I avoided looking at it directly, still felt like it could see me. A faint hum returned. Low. Constant. The same machine sound, back again. Strangely, it made things feel normal. I checked the crates again, from a distance. Everything looked perfect. Too perfect. Like nothing had ever moved. Like I imagined it all. My flashlight dimmed slightly. Battery? Maybe. I tapped it once. Light returned. I kept it steady this time. No risks. A small sign caught my eye, on the wall. I hadn't noticed it before. Stay in designated area. I was already doing that, still. It felt like a warning. I heard something drop, far away. Metallic. Just once. Then silence again. I didn't move. Didn't react. I took a slow breath. Then another, trying to stay calm. Focused. Just a few more hours. Just follow the rules. Nothing else matters. I made a mistake. I didn't ignore the sound this time. Tap. 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 Closer now. Clear. I slowly turned toward the crate. The label stared back at me. Do not open. The tapping stopped the moment I looked. Silence again. Heavy. But now I knew. It came from inside. The rule echoed in my head. Do not respond to sounds. But I already had. By listening. By turning. That was enough.
A soft sound followed, not tapping, breathing, slow, uneven. From inside the crate, I stepped back, careful, quiet. The breathing stopped. Then, something shifted inside. A dull scrape. From metal, I checked the lock. Still sealed, untouched. But the sound, Sibon, was still there. That meant one thing. It wasn't trying to get out. It was waiting for me to get closer. And for the first time, I understood why the rule said, do not respond. I didn't move, not even a step. The crate stayed still, silent again. But the feeling was still there, like something inside knew I was watching. A whisper, so faint, I almost missed it. Hello? It didn't sound mechanical. It sounded human. My hand tightened on the flashlight. The rule screamed in my head, do not respond, but my throat moved anyway. I almost said something, almost. A soft knock again, slower this time, tap, 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 like it was waiting for an answer. Then the voice came back, closer, clearer. Please, open it. My heart dropped. I stepped back again. That wasn't part of my job. That wasn't normal. And it definitely wasn't safe. The voice stopped, instantly, like it realized I wasn't going to listen. And somehow, that felt worse. Silence didn't last. A new sound came, from behind me, not from the crate. A slow, dragging step. I turned, fast. Flashlight cutting through darkness. Nothing there. But the floor had a fresh mark, like something had just moved. The rule hit me again. Stay in your corridor. I hadn't left, but something else might have entered. The red light at the end started blinking, slow, then faster, like a warning. The voice returned, but not from the crate. This time, from the corridor behind me. Don't turn around. I froze, breath stuck. That voice was right behind me now, closer than before. Then I felt it, cold air drew right at my neck. Something was there, and it wasn't inside a box anymore. I didn't turn. I couldn't. That whisper that still echoed. Don't turn around. My hands started shaking, but I stayed still. The cold got stronger, closer. Something moved, right behind my shoulder, slow, careful, like it was studying me. Then, a second voice, from the crate. Turn around. Two voices, two directions. My mind raced. Which one was lying, or worse, which one wasn't? The red light went solid, no blinking now. Everything felt locked, like the place itself was waiting. A hand touched my shoulder, ice cold, not human. I shut my eyes tight. Then both voices spoke together. Now, and I realized I had already broken the rules.
I don't remember deciding to move. My body just reacted. The cold hand on my shoulder tightened for a split second, and I turned. The flashlight beam cut through the darkness behind me, but it didn't land on anything. No person, no shape, nothing standing there. Just empty corridor. Still. Silent. But the cold didn't leave. It stayed, wrapped around me, like something invisible was still close. My breathing got heavier, faster, louder, too loud. Then I realized something worse. The silence was gone. That machine sound, the one I had gotten used to, was completely dead again. And in its place, I could hear movement. Not from one direction, from everywhere. Soft shifting, like metal adjusting. Like weight being moved inside the crates. I turned slowly, this time toward the rows. My light passed over them one by one, every crate, every label, every shadow. Then it stopped, on the same crate, the one that had been out of line before. Only now it wasn't just out of line, it was open. The lock still hanging, broken, not unlocked. Broken. The door wasn't wide open, just slightly pulled, enough to leave a dark gap. And from that gap, cold air was pouring out. Slow. Constant. I stepped back instantly, heart pounding. That wasn't possible. I had checked it. I had seen the lock. No one came here. No one touched it. Then something moved inside. Not fast, not aggressive. Slow. Deliberate, like whatever was in there was adjusting itself. And then, a shape formed in the darkness of the gap. Not clear, not visible enough to understand, but definitely there. Watching. My grip and the flashlight tightened. I didn't step closer, didn't speak, didn't react. But inside my head, everything was screaming. Rule 1. Do not open any box. I didn't open it, but something did. And now, it wasn't inside anymore. I couldn't look away, even if I wanted to. The gap in the crate stayed the same, small, dark, but the feeling changed. Before, it felt like something was inside. Now, it felt like something was no longer contained. The cold air kept flowing out, thicker now, like fog spilling onto the floor. My flashlight flickered, just once, but enough to break my focus. When the light steadied again, the gap looked wider. I was sure of it. I hadn't touched it, hadn't moved closer. Still, it was opening. Slowly, on its own. A faint sound came from inside. Not tapping, not breathing. A low, stretched whisper. Not words, not yet. Just a sound that felt like it was trying to become one. I stepped back again. One step, then another. My heel hit something. I froze. I didn't remember anything being behind me. Slowly, I lowered the flashlight. The beam revealed the floor. Dust, marks, and footprints. Fresh, leading out of the crate and straight toward me. My chest tightened. Those prints hadn't been there before. I had checked the floor. That meant only one thing. Something had already walked out, and I didn't see it. I slowly raised the light again toward the corridor ahead. Empty. Then I turned the beam back toward the crate. The gap was wider now, clearly wider, and this time I saw it. Not fully, not clearly, but enough. A shape inside, leaning forward. Too tall for the crate, too still to be human. And then, it stopped moving, like it knew I had noticed. Everything went quiet again. Too quiet. Even my own breathing felt distant. Then the voice returned, right next to my ear. "You looked." I didn't turn. I couldn't. Because this time I knew. If I turned again, I wouldn't be looking at empty space. I stayed facing forward, my body locked, that whisper still lingering near my ear. "You looked." It sounded closer than before. Not from the crate, not from the corridor. From beside me. My flashlight trembled. The beam shifted slightly and landed on the floor again. The footprints had changed. They weren't just leading out anymore. They were circling around me. Slow, incomplete, like something had walked around me without making a sound. I swallowed hard. That was impossible. I hadn't heard anything, hadn't felt anything. But the marks were there. Proof. I tightened my grip, forced myself to stay still. The rules. I repeated them in my head, over and over. Do not respond. Do not move. But one question kept pushing through. What if it's already outside the rules? The red light at the end of the corridor flickered again, once, then went completely dark. That had never happened before. Now there was only my flashlight, only my light against everything else. Then, a shadow moved across the wall. Not mine. Mine was steady. This one shifted. Tall, unnatural, and it moved in the opposite direction of my light. I stopped breathing, because that meant something was standing between me and the wall. Something I couldn't see, but the shadow could. And then, slowly, the shadow turned its head toward me. I couldn't move. The shadow on the wall was looking straight at me. Then, everything stopped. The shadow froze. The whisper vanished. The cold, gone. And suddenly the machine sound returned, loud, stable, normal. The red light at the end of the corridor flickered back on. My flashlight stopped shaking. My hands steadied. It felt like something had just ended. Slowly, very slowly, I turned toward the crate. It was closed, completely sealed. The lock, perfect, untouched. No gap, no mist, no footprints. Nothing. Like it had never opened. I stood there for a long time, not trusting it, not trusting anything. Then my radio crackled, for the first time. SG-17, report status. A normal voice, clear, calm. I didn't answer immediately. I looked around once more. The corridor was quiet, still, safe. Finally, I spoke. All secure? There was a pause. Then, good. Shift ending. Exit the facility. The words felt unreal. Exit. I didn't wait. I walked, fast, past the crates, past the signs, past that door. Everything looked normal now, like a regular warehouse. No whispers, no movement, just silence. The main gate opened before I even reached it. Morning light spilled inside. Warm, real. I stepped out, and for the first time since I arrived, I could breathe properly. The man from before stood there. Same expression, same stillness. He looked at me, then said, "You followed the rules." I nodded, slowly. He handed me something. A new badge. Not SG-17. Supervisor. I frowned. Why me? He looked past me, toward the warehouse, then said quietly, "Because it didn't choose you." I didn't understand, not fully, but I didn't ask. I just walked away. I never went back inside, but sometimes, late at night, I still hear it. A faint sound. Tap, tap, tap. And this time, I don't look.